Over the past few days, speculation has been spreading quickly about Nancy Guthrie's disappearance, fueled by dramatic details, anonymous whispers, and emotionally charged theories. But when stories grow this layered and sensational, it becomes important to pause. Nancy, an 84-year-old woman missing from her Tucson home, is not a fictional character in a thriller. She is a real person with a real family navigating unimaginable stress. Claims about secret identities, hidden bank accounts, mysterious lovers, burner phones, and international wires may make for gripping storytelling. But without verified confirmation from investigators, they remain speculation. In moments like this, narratives can spiral faster than facts. When that happens, the line between possibility and proof blurs. It's essential to separate emotional intrigue from confirmed information, especially when reputations and active investigations are involved. The danger of constructing double lives. The idea of a secret parallel existence is compelling. It offers neat explanations for confusing circumstances. It fills silence with drama. But constructing an elaborate hidden life, complete with aliases, secret art studios, and decades of deception, requires solid evidence, not inference from a photograph or an anonymous envelope. Law enforcement agencies do not confirm sweeping conclusions based on isolated artifacts alone. A single image, an unfamiliar name, or a financial irregularity can prompt investigation, but they do not confirm motive, guilt, or hidden identities. When public figures are involved, speculation intensifies quickly. Yet building an entire psychological profile around unverified material risks distorting reality. It can transform a missing person case into a character study driven more by imagination than fact. Responsible storytelling demands restraint, particularly when real families are affected. Grief complicated by public scrutiny. For Savannah Guthrie and her siblings, the emotional burden is already immense. Losing contact with a parent is destabilizing enough. Doing so while cameras and social media amplify every rumor magnifies the strain. Public audiences often interpret composure as coldness or control as calculation. But in truth, many people default to steadiness during crisis simply to function. Grief unfolds in different ways. Some break down visibly. Others focus on logistics. Neither response reveals hidden secrets. It reflects coping style. Suggesting that calmness proves knowledge of deception or a double life oversimplifies human psychology. The instinct to explain everything can lead to overreach. Families deserve room to process shock without having every facial expression interpreted as coded evidence of deeper truths. How rumors gain momentum. Once a narrative thread appears, an envelope, a photograph, a name, online communities begin filling gaps. Each new detail becomes a piece of a larger imagined puzzle. Someone proposes blackmail, another suggests jealousy, another imagines escape. Algorithms reward dramatic possibilities, not cautious language. The more complex the theory, the more engagement it generates. But engagement is not verification. In high-profile cases, rumor can spread globally within minutes, often outpacing official statements by days. By the time authorities clarify facts, public opinion may already be shaped by earlier speculation. This dynamic makes it crucial to treat anonymous sourcing and second-hand accounts carefully. The difference between investigators are looking into, and this explains everything, is enormous. Precision matters. Respecting ongoing investigations. Law enforcement investigations operate methodically. They examine financial records, phone logs, physical evidence, timelines, and witness accounts. They do not pivot conclusions based solely on dramatic storytelling. If authorities identify credible links between past relationships, financial activity, or suspicious behavior, they will communicate that appropriately. Until then, attaching motives, jealous rivals, secret blackmail, hidden identities can interfere with both public understanding and investigative clarity. It also risks unfairly casting suspicion on individuals who may have done nothing wrong. When names of private citizens surface in speculative narratives, consequences can ripple far beyond headlines. Responsible coverage avoids assigning intent without documented proof. It prioritizes confirmed facts over dramatic interpretation, the emotional appeal of reinvention. There is something universally human about imagining hidden chapters in someone's life. Many people carry private dreams or unexpressed aspects of themselves. That does not automatically translate into deception. Widows rebuild in quiet ways. Parents evolve privately while maintaining stability for their children. Personal growth can occur without secret identities or elaborate aliases. It is possible for someone to have friendships, creative interests, or unexplored passions without constructing a second existence. The temptation to interpret independence as secrecy often says more about storytelling conventions than about actual evidence. Real life is usually more nuanced and less theatrical than fictional narratives suggest. Social media and the amplification effect. In the digital age, narratives develop collaboratively. One theory becomes a thread. That thread becomes a trending topic. Soon it feels established simply because it has been repeated. But repetition does not equal confirmation. In high-visibility cases, audiences must resist the urge to finalize conclusions before investigators do. Public commentary can unintentionally deepen wounds for families reading along. Imagine discovering speculative theories about a loved one's hidden life while waiting for news about their safety. Even if later disproven, those stories linger in search results and collective memory. Ethical engagement requires slowing down, asking what is verified, and distinguishing between possibility and proof. Centering the human reality. At the center of this situation is an 84-year-old woman whose whereabouts remain unknown. That is the core reality. The focus should remain on confirmed investigative developments and support for those searching for answers. Elaborate theories may captivate attention, but they can also distract from the urgency of locating a missing person safely. Compassion means prioritizing accuracy. It means acknowledging uncertainty rather than filling it prematurely. Families in crisis need clarity, not creative expansion of unverified claims. What responsible storytelling looks like. Responsible storytelling does not suppress questions. It frames them carefully. Instead of declaring a hidden life, it asks whether investigators have verified connections. Instead of attributing motive, it notes what authorities have confirmed. Instead of dramatizing private conversations, it clarifies sourcing limitations. That approach protects both the integrity of the narrative and the dignity of those involved. It also builds trust with audiences, who deserve truth over sensation. When new information is confirmed, it can be reported thoroughly. Until then, restraint is not weakness. It is professionalism. Moving forward with care. As this case continues, updates will likely emerge through official channels. Until that happens, speculation should be labelled clearly as speculation. It is understandable that people seek explanations in the face of uncertainty. Mystery invites narrative. But real lives are not plot devices. Nancy Guthrie is a person. Her children are people. The investigation deserves space to unfold without added layers of fictional certainty. The most constructive action now is patience, empathy, and reliance on verified information. When facts are confirmed, they can be discussed thoughtfully. Until then, compassion and caution remain the strongest response.